So I usually change my own oil, and I must have had too much on my plate last time it was needed, and I had somebody else do it. So this time I get into the car to drain the oil, and I noticed that around the plug was wet. It was not quite dripping, but it was wet. I backed out the plug, and there was no crush washer. And I thought, okay, good. We'll just apply the crush washer when I put the plug back in, and things will be fine. Well, I go to put this plug back in with the copper crush washer, which I don't have right here, and it would not tighten. It would just continue to spin. So they over-tightened this at the shop, whoever changed the oil. I'm positive they knew it. It was probably an oh crap moment, and they tried to get it in as far as they could and didn't use the crush washer. So now I got to figure out what to do here. And so I've looked at a bunch of options online. I have landed on this, and this is a self-tapping, slightly upsized drain plug, stainless steel. And here's the part number if you can see that. Of course I ordered this on Amazon. And so I'm gonna get under the car and do some work here. So my first thought on this is I wanna make sure that it's going in straight and I'm not getting this in crooked. And I didn't know how difficult that would be, but the way this is beveled, it honestly just threads easily, and that is straight, I mean, as far as I can tell. So I'm going to use a 17mm socket and start carefully cranking that in. Wow, that went in perfectly, much easier than expected. I did take the washer off. It's not rubber, I can't remember what it's made of, but I took that off. It's a high heat green rubber O-ring. I took that off. I just didn't know if there was gonna be shavings. As I was putting that in, I didn't want that to score the O-ring. So I'm gonna back this back out, and then I'm gonna pour a couple quarts of oil through it and let that drain to get any shavings that might be in there. But honestly, the way it felt going in, there just can't be that many shavings. So there are shavings. I don't know how well you can see that, but there are aluminum shavings right there that I was able to just pull out of here. So definitely I'm going to get that cleaned out. I'd say I put at least 2 quarts in there, and just gonna flush it out like this. Cause a little turbulence there, stop it, let it go, do that a few times, and get as much of that out of there as possible. So put the green O-ring back on, put the drain plug back in, and I don't think you can tighten this to the actual specs using the torque wrench that BMW calls for, because we're now dealing with a rubber O-ring. And so look at that, nice positive stop there. And I'm gonna call that good. And then when you want to drain it, you're gonna take out this center one here. You're not gonna take out the main one that you just rethreaded. So this comes with the kit. And after this, I would recommend changing your own oil and don't take it to one of those quick shops. So it's a beaut, Clark. It's a beaut.